Questions for the coach?
Matt, we haven't heard much about those freshman defensive backs so far. What have you seen from those guys?
A lot of potential. You know what I mean? A lot of potential. There's great competition back there. So I think they've shown up some, but then they also, as you put more in, they kind of take a step back and then take a step forward. But definitely some potential there.
How was practice today for your side of the ball?
I thought it was good. It started, I thought the offense had better half of us in team run, but it was physical, and I thought at the end we really turned it up in the red zone. It was good back and forth practice, and I'll tell you what, it's fun to see guys making plays, making contested plays, whether it's offense or defense. And I thought that's how the practice went. It ebbed and flowed, but both sides made competitive plays.
Eddie said on Saturday that it was one of the cleanest scrimmages for his side of the ball assignment-wise. Has that been the same case for the defense?
We've been cleaner and cleaner as we've gone now. I thought yesterday there were a couple things that got a little sloppy, but we put some third down coverages in, so you know that's to be expected a little bit.
Mark said Saturday that Quentin Bohanna was a guy you all want to force into the two deep. Has he started to get more reps?
Yeah, and he's done a great job now. He's really attacked every rep, and I think gotten better every practice. He's taken advantage of his opportunities.
Can Jamin Davis help you all this year, even though you're pretty deep at those inside linebackers?
There's great competition. We'll have to see here coming out of the next couple scrimmages.
What do you want to see from Saturday's scrimmage?
Number one, stop the run. Want to continue seeing guys strain to the football, and guys have situational football awareness. Understand whether it's third and long, understand when the ball gets into the strike zone, the red zone, and just play football, not just run calls.
How's Darius West performed now that he's back to full-time work?
He's flashed some, and he's got some areas where he needs to improve.
Is it still mental kind of stuff, or more just getting reps?
Yeah, mental. I think he's got to have he's done a good job physically, but he's got to put more of an onus on, hey, I got to improve mentally every practice.
Coach, just to follow up on what you're looking for Saturday, when you say play football, what does that mean to you? What are you going to be doing?
Well, so much of when we go out here and practice, so much of practice is scripted. You have a team run period. You have a third down period. You move the ball and play in the red zone. A scrimmage, the great thing about it is you're playing the whole game, right? So in your own mind, you have to put yourself in that situation. Hey, we just went from normal down and distance to it's third and long without the period flipping it. Now the kid's got to play situational football and play the game.
Michael Nesbitt not being here for the summer, do you think that affected him early?
I think anytime you're not here for the summer, it can't help. Those guys train hard for a reason. I mean, if we could all show up and just go to work, and you wouldn't have summer conditioning. So yeah, I definitely think that's been an issue.
How different has Cash been so far this camp from where he was when he came in?
Mentally, he's just a year ahead, and you can tell he's gone through spring ball. It's hard for a freshman to come in during training camp. And it's so much is coming at you so much faster, and you can just tell he's a year more mature.
It was said at first last year that he was a little tight. He wasn't his lateral movement wasn't maybe what he should have been. Has that gotten better now?
It's improved, but it needs to continue to improve.
Matt, after being a coordinator and not being a coordinator last year, now back in that role, what's the transition been like for you? Is it kind of like riding a bike? Did you just jump back on?
It's having been with Coach Stoops for a year and knowing his personality and what he envisions defensively. I think it's transitioned pretty smooth.
How much do you guys, work together? Do you bounce ideas off each other all the time?
Absolute ton. He's a great defensive mind, and a ton.
Were your philosophies pretty similar
Very
before?
Similar. Very similar. We came from similar backgrounds.
You got a lot of former DCs on the staff. What are your meetings like when you get together and talk about defense?
You got a lot of great ideas, right? And at the end of the day, we have discussions, but we come out of the room and we come out with one big blue way. And, that's the great thing. You got to tailor your ideas to your football team.
You said that the chemistry in that room was really, during preseason, you were talking about the chemistry in that room being really good. Are you still seeing that now that you guys are in camp? And you're
Absolutely. I think we got a bunch of guys who don't have a bunch of egos, which that's not always the case, and they have one common goal. They want to win. At the end of the day, that's what they want to do. They want to win. So,
How much has being a coordinator before helped you make the transition into this year, into this?
I think, anytime you have experience, it's just like we were talking about Cash and camp compared to the year before. Anytime, you fail forward, right? So you learn from some of your failures and you grow.
How long will you keep your voice through this whole?
It's pretty good right now, isn't it? I told you it was allergies. I'm used to Kentucky now.
Or maybe you're yelling less. Is that possible?
Anybody else? Everybody good?